Loud Esmond here for hitthepick.com, where you can get picks from your favorite, absolute, some of the best in the country handicappers like Scott the Steamroller, Tom Macrina, aka Rye Cape, David Delano, who for some reason has no nickname, Sniper West, and of course, your very own Loud Esmond. I've been giving away all mine for free. I am the major football handicapper and focus very much on football, hockey, horse racing. I'll do a little bit of baseball in the dull days, but also Canadian Football League is coming up soon. We'll be handicapping that here as well. So good week last week. I went 3-1 week 8 of the UFL. I lost the opening Friday night game between the awful Showboats and the Brahmas when it went over the total. I didn't want to pick a winner between the Stallions and Battlehawks because of the uncertainty at quarterback for the Stallions. But I had the overcashing in that game, and it did. I believed the Panthers would destroy the Roughnecks and cover the -6.5, and they did that. And I had the Renegades and Defenders going over the total high for the UFL total of 43.5. In fact, I said that game, the score might go north of 60, and the final score was actually 30-33 for 63 points. Because of the way that the UFL does its playoffs, the next few weeks are a couple of weeks are basically irrelevant. The UFL playoff format for 2025 starts with the XFL and the USFL conference championship games. In other words, the teams that are going to be in the playoffs are already set, and so it doesn't matter. The Defenders are 6-2 in the XFL conference. The Battlehawks are 6-2 in the XFL conference. They're both in the playoffs. The Renegades and the Brahmas are both eliminated. Okay, so what happens if the Battlehawks lose the rest of their games? Nothing. What happens if the Defenders lose the rest of their games? Nothing. It's all set already. So what's the motivation for these teams to play their best? Well, I think the Battlehawks have some. They're the only team that has a real home field advantage. So I think maybe they'll be motivated. And then in the other league, USFL, you have the Michigan Panthers at 6-2, the Stallions at 5-3. They are both clinched playoffs, and the Roughnecks and the Showboats are both out. So you have the same thing over in this conference where no matter what happens between the Panthers and the Stallions, meh. They could both lose all their games for the rest of the season, and it doesn't matter. They're going to be in the playoffs. Does the Panthers or the Stallions have a real home field advantage? Neither one, really. The Panthers play in the Dome. Stallions, are outdoors. Might be something there. It's going to be real tough to pick these games. I will be picking these games and giving you free videos and free picks the next couple of weeks. But wait until right before game time to place them and make sure that you know who's actually playing in these games. I'm Loud Esmond for hitthepick.com.